Following passage taken from Notebook Officer Miles Bradbury. 17th of April 2013. We were called out to investigate a forest fire. Of course, when we got there, we saw government agents who merely told us to secure the perimeter and gave us some fake details to spout to anybody who tried to come close. My close colleague Jake and I were a little annoyed by this. We passed the tedious hours chatting. It didn't take long for the government agents to come up. Man, it's weird. How can a 10-year-old kill 6 to 8 kids? I don't know. A cop said it was like an animal attack, but the whole thing is just weird.
Yeah, I know. Reminds me of that one time that high school chick went full carry on her classmates back in '05. That has me stumped as to what the hell's going on with these kids, man. I swear.
So, what do you think they're doing back there?
Weapons testing, I'll bet.
I doubt that it's weapon testing. I mean, it would account for the smoke, but why do that in the middle of the forest? Why not like a moor or out at sea? Somewhere safe?
You're right. Weapons testing doesn't really make sense. I might go take a look.
If they let you.
Yeah, right.
The next day he wasn't at his post, so I stood alone for the entire morning shift. During my lunch break, he approached me. It was different. It wasn't the fact that his clothes and face were dirty and covered in some type of slime. It wasn't just the fact how exhausted he was, or even that he was shaking. It was the look in his eyes. I've never seen anything like it. The only way I could describe it was that there was a madness in his eyes, a frantic desperation to do something, constantly at war with an intense, debilitating fear of actually doing it. Hey, man. Hey, man, what's up? You alright?
It's an alien.
What?
Alien.
What do you...
It's an alien.
What do you mean? Like little grayling?
No, not like that. These were something bigger. Not size, but it was just greater than us. More powerful. We are ants compared to it. Humanity is nothing.
Whoa. Hey, man, you alright?
Nothing.
Hey, buddy, calm down. What the fuck, Jake? Jake, no. What the... Hey, put that down. Hey, Jake, no. Jesus Christ. No. Oh my God. Jake, no. Jake. Oh God, Jake. No. What the... I was under suspicion for his death. Of course I was. When the government types saw the slime on his clothes, and they were even more eager to convict me. I was determined to get to the bottom of this. I didn't think I could sleep again until I had. They took me to a spare room and kept a guard posted, with the orders not to let me so much as move. Of course, he told me in confidence that he didn't believe I was guilty. I desperately took advantage of this. When enough time passed, he began to grow complacent. I got up, beat him unconscious, or I killed him. I'm not sure. I didn't even stop to think about it long enough to feel any kind of guilt or remorse. I had to get to the smoke no matter what. After several minutes of trekking, I started to feel vulnerable. And not just from the possibility of getting caught by my fellow police officers or government. I felt as if a million eyes were staring at me with killing intent. I felt like every molecule in the air around me was a predator, so dangerous that they preyed on humans. My dead colleague's word came back to my...
It's an alien. It's an alien.
I literally felt like an ant staring up at a human boot. The feeling only grew stronger the closer I got to the smoke. My chest was aching, my spine was tingling, my forehead was burning. The symptoms of my anxiety were so severe I felt like I was walking through a desert. I had to breathe slowly and deeply to calm myself down, but it still wasn't enough. Every step I took was a great effort. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. One foot in front of the other. I finally made it to the clearing, and I saw what was causing the smoke. When you see UFOs on TV, they look like discs or triangles or flashing lights, all the things you've seen before. What was in front of me, I knew without a doubt it was a UFO. Even though I'd never seen anything like it. It was a craft such as one that humanity would have never been able to make in a million years. I had little knowledge of science, but I knew that this craft was capable of traveling past the speed of light. Just looking at it, I realized that everything we knew about physics was wrong. I couldn't go any further. I turned back into the forest and sat down. And that's when I wrote this. I wanted to uncover why my friend died, but now, if any other of you government people find this notebook, keep it to yourselves. I don't want anyone reading this. I don't want the truth getting out. Humanity is not ready for this, and they will never be. After I've written this, and once I've gathered my courage, I'm going to look inside that UFO. The following passage is taken from the notes of Dr. Osman, 9th of July, 2013.
Miles Bradbury isn't too strange of a case. He constantly harps on seeing an alien, in which he goes into detail that things started to get interesting. Of course, most of the time he just babbles and stammers for his entire interview. But when he talks about the alien, he describes it as being beautiful, perfect, gigantic, but not in size or such praises. He says that it is a higher form of life than humanity, and could destroy us all with little effort, if required. In fact, during these few interviews, he stops here and merely starts screaming, "Humanity is nothing," over and over at the top of his lungs until we sedate him. He shows no signs of brain damage or physical trauma, no history of episodes or disorders. This was all caused by some psychological trauma the night before he was brought in, after killing 2 fellow officers. This patient has little chance of recovery. It's troubling. There's seemingly no cause for this condition. I literally can't think of a single reason on earth that this man could snap this violently.